was in a common law relationship with a woman, and we decided to do permanent residency. She was an American, and when we started to go through the process, the thing that I realized really quickly was how accommodating and how progressive a lot of the documentation and forms and really the process in general was in Canada. There was lots of same-sex wording. People barely batted an eye when we would go to the required appointments, whether it was with doctors or lawyers or whatever. And it changed something in me going through that experience, because up until that point I had sort of maybe not even realized like just truly how privileged my life had been. And even though I had grown up with a single parent mom and we didn't have a lot of money, I was always really taken care of, whether it was by people in the community or my grandparents, or I never worried about going to the doctor. I don't remember seeing my mom stress about certain things that I know a lot of people in this country have to worry about all the time. And it really was my first experience when I was doing this this permanent residency, where I thought, what the fuck was this like 10 years ago for people, for queer people, for anyone, for people coming to this country who didn't speak English, who were just trying to get away from shit happening in other countries, or just trying to make a fresh start. And it occurred to me at that time that once I had gone through this process, and I was really lucky and privileged to have the money and the support to go through the process, and my then partner was able to get permanent residency, I realized that I had to pay it forward. I had to become more invested, and I had to become more concerned and empathetic, and I needed to not just forget that people had paved the way for me and for my partner, and I needed to do more in my life moving forward. And I know that lots of people don't necessarily like the choice that they have right now in front of them in this election, and I understand that. But I also think that if you're the type of person right now who would make a choice to not vote, or to not vote because you don't care, or nothing about this election scares the shit out of you, remember that there are people, probably people in this room, whose lives their futures and their lives will depend on what happens in 6 weeks. And I say this to you because one of the things that concerns me even more than people who are demented enough to vote for the wrong person in this election are the people who are saying that they won't vote. Now, I hear you. We come from a country where we have more than 2 options, but this is what you have right now. And so if you want to change things, and if you want to change this country, you would be fucking surprised at how much power you actually have. But I promise you, the power will not come from not voting. So register yourselves, talk to your friends and family, and remember that we are the types of people who have so much privilege and so much luck. I want you to just remember that there are definitely people in this room whose lives will forever be changed by what happens. Maybe yours won't, but other people will. And so tonight, I want you to just think about that. I want you to think about that when I play this song. I'm so proud of the people who came before us. I'm so proud of the people who came before us, but I want to be a generation. I want to be part of a movement that does things for the next generation and for the people in the future.